first morning at the Utopia in France. Got down here yesterday around midday, got everything set up and got the rod reasonably in position, and at 2:30 last night had a first take and it resulted in this £47 4 ounce mirror carp. So I'll hold it up now and then talk about it a little bit later. Yeah, good. Not a bad way to start. Not the prettiest fish in the world, but at 47.4, who cares? I think that'll do. Nice. So I'm going to pop this back now and then have a little chat about what I've been up to. Straighten it up a bit.
Yeah, it's alright.
There we go. Thank you very much. Nice and strong. Been retained for a little while.
Yeah. And off he goes.
Splendid. Right, what's your language you've been recording? Don't stand in the way. Don't fucking subject her to that.
It's alright, it's okay.
You.
I wouldn't do that to you, Rob.
He was going to do it to you earlier.
Yeah.
You were stood on the bank and he thought, oh, is he looking this way? I'm going to
I wouldn't have noticed. You can't see that far anymore, can you?
He's only saying that so he outside walk out the busy naked.
I came out there to shower today and got dressed on the patio because there was just no...
Yeah, well, so did I.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nobody about, nobody can see you, can they? so. Is that big?
Probably why it's going so well, mate.
Big old humpback fish. They always fight well, don't they?
Well done.
Hey. Oh, I don't know though. Fair size.
That's a 40, mate.
Yeah, touching in it, innit? Touching 40. I'll just get you to hold that rod a minute. I'm going to try and take your cat in the net, save any damage.
Okay.
Well, that's clean fish. Yeah, thanks, babe. Nice one. $39.12.
You're joking.
It's just a frame. Yeah.
Right. And that one you had this morning?
Didn't look at.
No.
No.
Yeah, it's a fatty.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a frame. It's a
Just short
impressive
and fat.
fish.
Short and fat like me?
Yeah. Impressive fish. Bit more energy than you, though.
Yeah.
But obviously doesn't suffer from backache.
It does look impressive. That looks well over 40, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, I thought, well, I don't know, 50, but I thought maybe another 45 plus. If you want, but have another go then.
Just lift it. That's better. Just down the that's it. Stay there. Just stay there. That's a nice one.
Okay, first 24 hours, Utopia in France, and second fish. Just went off, £39, 12 ounces. Thank you. Go on. Yeah, am I okay?
Yeah.
Okay, right, hi guys, very quickly, £32 4 ounce grass carp. First one I've had for a very, very long time from Utopia. Yeah, I've chuffed to bits with this one. So just a quick show. So put it back.
Perfect.
Okay, babe?
Yep,
Yeah,
perfect.
brilliant, fantastic. Right. What?
Somebody's like, it sounds like something's fucking straining.
So Wayne trying tucking his hernia back in.
Yeah, like I really want to see that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Wayne.
So anyway, it's now 6 o'clock on a Monday, and just been out and doing a little bit of shopping, and now just getting everything prepped ready for this evening. And today, since we've been here, I've had 3 carp myself, 47 4 mirror, 39.12 mirror, don't know if it's possibly leather, lovely £32 grass carp last night, and that's been it. It's been a really hot day. Temperature's definitely upper 20s. Very, very clear sky last night, very, very, very chilly. Carp activity at the time was minimal, although I was surprised at 12 o'clock after catching a grass carp over about 2 gallon of particle and boilie that wasn't going to catch anything else, but that was it. So wound in about 3 o'clock this afternoon, been out, done a bit of shopping, had a shower, so we're just back now and prepping for this evening. No, incidentally, poor Wayne still hasn't managed to open his account, but he's now moved swims and he's right in the far corner over there where fish have been consistently moving since we've been here. So after blanking for the last 2 nights, he's decided to make a move, and I really do think it's a wise decision, and there's no doubt in my mind by tomorrow morning he's probably going to have a few to photograph. So we live in hope. The other 2 lads that are fishing, Eric, he's been here since last Wednesday, still hasn't had anything bar a tench, and Mike, who's fishing next to him, he's been fishing the same amount of time, and he's had 4 fish himself now. He did have another one last night, a 38-pound mirror I believe. So it's been tough to say the least. So getting into the groove a little bit now, getting a bit more in tune with the lake, and this is one system that seems to be produced 2 out of my 3 fish. The other one's still a yellow pop-up with a little 18mm Peach and Scopex bird food bait on it. All the baits we're using for this session are by Blake's Baits, great company just down the road from me. So we're using Crenilla from Blake's and the Peach and Scopex, all in 15 and 18mm, and then topping them off with these little CC Moore NS ones, which I use those pretty much everywhere over France on the public lakes and the rivers as well. So yeah, there we go. So we're going to put about 1 gallon of spot out onto a mark about 75 yards in the lake, fish 2 rods on that, 1 on 1 off. I'm going to fish 1 in my right hand margins, which I took one of the fish from last night, and then search a new area with my last rod. So on that note, I shall end my account for now and maybe get back to you a little bit later on.
Away. Now.
Oops.
Dinner.
Babe. Right then. Touch and go for 30, this one I think, don't I? Yeah. Yeah, pretty good. 29 and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still a nice fish though.
Oh. Yeah. I absolutely love them.
These are really nice looking fish.
Oh, it's going to be beautiful taking it in the daylight, definitely. Just one
Go
shot
on.
off.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Right, that'll do. Right, still second day. Just got the rods out for the evening and fishing a lot of particle, which we'll talk about later. About 8:30, and another amazing grass carp. This time 29 pounds 8 ounces. So we're going to get this one back as quick as we possibly can, and then we'll talk about it a bit later on. So there we go. What an absolute beautiful fish. Fantastic. As lively as hell. And hopefully you can watch this go off.
Yeah.
Nicely.
Yeah.
He wants to go already, but I'll hold him for a little while.
That's a good shot, babe.
Yeah, there we go. Thanks, Mr. Grassy. There's no stopping him. Makes a change for a grass carp to go off strongly.
There you go.
There you go.
And there we go.
There we go.
You knuckles.
Right, so here we go, as we are recording as well at the same
I forgot
time.
about that.
Do you want to just hop behind, just see if you can see? I think we're all right. I've checked you.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you can come back.
Yeah, you're in.
Yeah, come back here then, babe.
No. Light on it's not very good.
No. We'll risk it. Right, so here we go. This is the 4th take and 3rd fish landed in the last few hours.
Yeah.
So Claire landed this one all by herself, didn't need any tuition at all, and we got this fantastic £30 common carp. £30 on the nose. There's no bullshit here. It is £30 right on the nose. Great scrap.
Yeah.
Professionally landed by Claire. Great job. Well played by Claire. I landed it.
Yeah.
Look at that. There we go. Give it a kiss, Claire.
Give it a kiss.
Give it a kiss.
Mwah.
There you
There we
go.
go.
Well done.
First time I've ever kissed a fish.
Brilliant. So we'll put this bad boy back now.
Give me a kiss it. Oh.
Quality. Brilliant.
Right,
Brilliant. Morning, it's Tuesday, about 10 AM. Had a busy night last night. Had 4 carp, as you've already seen. £28 mirror, £30 on the nose common carp, 2 grass carp of 29 3/4 and £34. Lost one in the margins in the bushes. Little bit late in the evening, probably about, I don't know, about 12 in the evening. Had a bottle of wine and really didn't think it was a good idea to start wading in the margins in 5 foot of water chasing an angry carp. And unfortunately, my own fault, we lost that, which was a shame because it was a heavy fish. So had another occurrence as well, which I struck into and just didn't connect. So 6 takes, 4 fish last night, so pretty good. Didn't bother putting the rods out last night after the last fish. Had another occurrence this morning, just struck into it, wasn't sure if it was a liner but nothing. So at this moment in time we've only got 1 rod left in the water. So just going to run through a few little things now, what I'm doing to get these catch these fish here at Utopia in France, and I'll show you now. So, my ever faithful buffet mix, which consists of pretty much everything you'd want. So I'm going to mix this all up now, and in here we've got hemp, party blend, groats, maize that's been soaked in a cord of goo, tiger nuts which I soaked in sugar and 5-spice, cinnamon and a bit of molasses, and then I put the boilies in here, Blake's krill and Blake's Baits peach and scopex, and I leave them to soak in there, as well as a good scoop of pellet, and that just helps absorb all this instead of it floating off in a cloud down the lake. Soaks up into the pellets, and it carries it down to the bottom of the lake with your hook bait where you want it. So that's what I spot out. I'm spotting as well. Over there is my spot gear marker if I need it, and then I put a nice couple of big handfuls of that in my bait boat, which is used first time I use it in about 4 years. Don't get to use it very often, but on venues like this where you can't use a bait in that boat, yeah, it's a definite edge, so why not? Seems to have got a really good tactic going. It's my sort of standard rig. Yellow and white are really working well. So on this one I've got one of my homemade pop-ups, and was a yellow one originally, but that one has been soaking in spicy squid goo for a year. 18mm hardened hook bait from Blake's, that's a krill. Size 4 Cryogen hook, love the straight points, little blowback rig there, liner, and I always use a little bit of weight, a little bit of putty, just as a centre before the fish feels the full weight of the lead. Just helps centralise the hook in the bottom lip a little bit more. About 8 inches of braid. I think it's just some old snake bite, I think. It's just a lightly stiff braid. 4 ounce inline lead. Mate use myself, my own drop off system, and they come apart quite easily, and you know, I can make them a little bit tighter if I want, so I don't just drop the lead just for the sheer hell of it, because you don't really need to on here. So been fishing varying areas around the lake, trying to create some sort of pattern, put a puzzle together. So on the first night about 78 yards range, straight out in the middle there towards where that dip is in the trees. If I send, yeah, about there, just about there. I started off with a good 1.5 gallons of that mix on the first night, as tight as I could, basically on a snooker table, as I like to say, and fished one rod on, one rod off. And then I fished another area around the corner here, just scattering the boilies with the throwing stick and just pop up. And then I also fished those margins over there, beautiful margins, very steep banks. The average depth here is only about 5.5 foot, and it goes 5.5 foot right up to the bushes, and it comes up on the ledge in 3.5 foot of water right under the bushes. So obviously with the bait boat, it's been a perfect opportunity to tuck rigs right underneath those bushes there. Perfectly safe, no underwater snags, so as long as you keep your rods a bit low so they don't snag up in the branches, you can get the fish out no problem at all. So we're now obviously just on our third night. We had a fantastic day yesterday and a day before, bright sunshine, certainly high 20s. The night before last was a very clear, very cold night, very super high pressure, and we didn't do very well apart from one grass carp on that second night. Yesterday again was a fantastic day again, bright sun, a little bit of cloud, but we knew there was a storm on the way, so we knew that the air pressure was dropping. Don't know what the air pressure was, but all I knew it's dropping. We knew we had a big storm coming in, and as soon as it got dark, started getting takes, and then by sometime early this morning we had a big storm, a lot of thunder and lightning rolled in. So yeah, the carp responded to that really well. So yeah, that's about it. So most of the fish have come off the baited area now, actually, even taking them on the baited area. They're really on it, you know. We've been putting you know, had some takes early in the night, and then when we had takes, I recast, we had a double take at one point, and then put another rod out, and literally within 10-15 minutes I had another take. Bearing in mind I'd probably put out a good 1.5 gallons of spod, and the fish were on it instantly, so they really like what we're giving them. Been adding a little bit of chili emp and krill to the mix as well, and also add a little bit of table salt as well. Really think the fish look at if you can keep a baited area nice and tight and add a bit of salt to that area, permeates in the bottom of the gravel and the silt, and I think the carp will come to that alone, you know, just something that they want, they need. So just a little added edge, only put a handful in a big bucket of mix, absolutely tops. And that's about it really. So when I mix all that in, I'll leave that in there to soak up in the pellet and the particle for a good sort of at least a minimum of half an hour before I use it, so it doesn't all wash off when it goes into the water. There we go, so that's about it now. Going to continue to put the rods back out for the day. It's looking really nice, very overcast, very mild. So fingers crossed we'll have something else to show you guys later on. Right, 7 o'clock, Tuesday night. I think this is fish number 8, isn't it, Claire? Something like that?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Put out about 2 gallon of particle and boilies and pellet. Probably only about sort of 2 hours ago. Been for a shower, come back. Well, Claire looked after the rods, no sooner come back, the rain has stopped after torrential downpour, and this one roared off £42 exactly. A little bit lively. Let's have a look then, babe.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, good. Can I get any closer? Or?
Yeah, you can come in closer.
Yeah, well you can if you like, if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Perfect.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
£42. Oh. Try that. Watch on. Yeah, there we go. Hold her up one more time. This one has got attitude. There we go.
Nice one, babe.
There we go. Cracker, a proper breeze block.
Yeah.
There we go. We'll put it back now then.
Nice one.
Mwah. Thank you. The width on that.
Yeah, he's big boy.
Yeah, it's a big boy, all right. And he goes. Brilliant.
Nice one. It's now 8:30 in the evening on Tuesday. Rob is somewhere behind here in a boat with a big fish on, snagged in the trees. Hopefully he'll appear in a moment, and I will film him coming in. So hopefully he doesn't lose it. Speak soon. Here he comes. In you go. You'll need some help, won't you, babe? In now, babe.
Right. Am I in it in a minute?
Yeah, you're in it.
Yeah, cool. Don't worry about moving it a minute, just waddle. Just wait.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
$44.12.
44.12.
Wow.
Hardest catch yet.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the way to land them. So there we go. Second 40 in the last hour and a half. £44, 12 ounces. Same rod again, only been out there, like I say, an hour and a half. This one led me a merry song and dance, got snagged in the trees in the own margins. So I had to go out in the boat and hand line it in. Got a bit lucky. So there it is. This is a real peach of a fish. Lovely tail on it, a few nice scales. and I think that's about fish number 9.
It is.
Yeah, lovely. Did it look good in the viewfinder, babe?
Yeah, looks
Yeah.
good, babe. Yeah, real good.
Brilliant. Right, pull it back.
If you pull him out, we can add a couple of inches there.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
definitely.
there, and it's a good picture, babe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
44.12.
Beauty.
Thank you.
And off he goes.
Off she goes.
Cool. That's gonna be lost.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, I
went
couldn't
right
believe it.
in.
Yeah, it went in. I broke some sticks off, and then it'd gone around this really rotten, sinewy stick that normally it should snap off, but it just wouldn't snap.
Alright.
And it had gone around it a couple of times,
Yeah.
and
Fish though.
yeah, exactly. Yes, just have a quick bit of video with him, really. Just a bit more footage. Here we go. Wednesday morning, about 4 o'clock, and first fish for Wednesday, I suppose. £28, just over. A lovely little fresh stocky, I suppose he is, really. Very clean in the mouth. Nice little row of scales, beautiful fins. So. All over the spotted area. Brilliant. A little bit of spicy squid. I'll just put a bit on the hook bait. Now it's in the boat, so I don't have to touch it. This mix now has gone very sloppy. Pellets broken down a bit, really, but going to be fun spotting it out. But going to be great. That's got everything all in there. That's all the boilies. All been taken on, all those gorgeous juices of the particles, and the same with the pellet. So none of those juices get wasted away and just get washed away mid-water. We're not sig rig fishing, we're creating a baited area, so we want everything on the deck to pull the fish down. So we've got this one all ready and loaded, so we'll send it out there, send the old black pearl out into the yonder.
Can't see it now. You can see
good.
the bow.
So we've this after the fourth night last night. We got 3 days left to go. We've really established a good baited area out there now, fishing at 78 yards exactly. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's a gap in the trees over there. And I've just put out the right hand rod, and that's just on the right hand side of that big willow tree there, the light green willow tree. This one's just going to sit on the right hand side of the gap, and then the next rod along will sit on the left hand side of the gap, and then the fourth rod, or the far left, will sit just on the edge of the left hand side of the trees from the gap. So basically we're going to be fishing all 4 rods all within about a 12 to 15 foot area maximum. I'm trying to bait the spot all within what I keep saying on a snooker table, and then certainly 3 of them will be on the baited area, and 1 of them will just be off it. They're not shying away from the baited area, they seem to be really going on it. So to me it's more important to get everything on the money. So drop that now, and there we go, it's just bobbed up a little bit. First thing I do is just tighten up the lines. Incidentally, obviously I know exactly how far out I'm fishing. That's me, by the way. Been a bit lazy not turning off my sounder box. So I've marked all my lines with 3 pieces of power gum on a foot apart, so what's about 6 inches apart. So just in case one slips, then there's always another 2 there, because they do tend to slip, especially on monofilament line. So even in the dark, I've got my my mark, that gap in the trees, and all I got to do is send the boat out, turn the lights on the boat, and then just watch my markers as they go out past the rod tip. And then once they get about 4 to 5 foot past the rod tip, I drop the load from the boat and tighten up, and that tells me I'm fishing pretty much bang on 78 yards, and obviously I'm spomming exactly the same distance, just creating a nice sort of 12 foot sort of line of bait out there. Yeah, and so there we go, it's working now. I'm not particularly trying too hard at it. Tend to get the baits out now. It's about, I don't know what the time is, about 6:30, something like that. I've had a nice little road trip today with Claire, and so just avoid the sun, sat in the swim all day long, and just get on the road and get a bit of wind in our hair. Well, Claire's hair anyway, not mine, because I haven't got any. And yeah, just come back. So hopefully, you know, as I get runs, I won't even bother putting the rods back out. Having 4 rods all on the same mark now is no point, just disturb what's going on out there, and I just tend to leave them out there. So the ultimate goal is 4 takes tonight and 4 fish, and to be quite honest, I'm quite happy with that. If that happens, then so be it. It hasn't yet, but we're sort of consistently catching 2 to 3 fish a day. It's a holiday, it's meant to be a bit of fun, not a bloody grueling marathon. So yeah, all good fun. So I don't know if I've really gone through baits very much yet. Hook baits, been trying a varying different hook bait scenarios, from just straight matching pop-ups, Crenilla pop-ups, or Peach and Scopex pop-ups, but as usual, a combination snowman with that krill bottom bait and an NS1 yellow pop-up was good to start off with, and then peach and scopex and a little white NS1 as well has been working really well. But just to sort of like ring the changes a little bit, just perhaps hopefully get a bite a bit quicker. I've been got these here, these pots here, and these are mainly homemade pop-ups that I made last year, and I dose these in squid supreme and spicy squid, those pink ones there, and then these ones, these are all generally white, and these are sort of a yellow or an off yellow, and they've been soaking in pineapple supreme. Smell absolutely amazing, and they've totally leached right into the bait now. It's quite a softer pop-up mix, so that's really leaching into water for, well, they smell fantastic the next morning. So, you know, and they've been very instant, getting takes within sort of 10-15 minutes at feeding time. So that's, you know, that's where we are with that. Still using these guys with bottom baits as well, snowman presentation. Quite short hook links now, sort of 7 inches, and yeah, fantastic. It's all going very well. So there we go for the minute. So carry on and put the rest of the rods out. So this is one of the rigs I'm using. Only a variation. The only other variation is the other ones are a different hook pattern. So again, 4.5 ounce inline lead drop off system. This one is a little bit twisted, but it don't really matter too much. It's only 7 inches. Always use these little tail rubbers, just stops anything happening around the lead, tangling around the lead. My usual little centre weight piece of putty wrapped with a piece of lead wire around there to stop it slipping. A little top tip, and I just think that helps when the carp sucks it in, and that just helps centre the point into the bottom lip of the carp just a little bit more. Really does work. The hook holds you couldn't get them any better if you put them there yourself. Liner, little blowback rig, and then size 4 ESP Cryogen. Fantastic hooks, really sharp, and that's it. Simple as that. Not too long, sharp hook, heavy lead, easy. Put a little bit of the sloppy mix in the bottom of the thing, bottom of the boat, and then the lamy hook bait in, and then put a little bit of bumbleberry on this one. Just coat that, and then just a little bit on the top, filling the boat up. There's plenty there, and I'll just put a little bit more bumbleberry on the top there. Put it in the boat, you don't have to handle it, and go all purple. So yeah, there we go. Oh, my hands are going to get purple now.
Because you dumped your load.
That'll be on the outtakes then.
Yeah.
Oh my word. Try again. Oh dear, I've made a mess. Why did that happen? Go.
Okay, so Wednesday evening, and this is the first run for me. I've struggled a bit. I've been in an area where the fish have moved out. They've just seemed to be coming back in, but I've just had this one. This is 36.5 pound grassy, and well chuffed with that. It didn't fight all that well, but particularly pleased with it. Nice fish. A late start, but a nice way to start. Okay, I'm going to pop him back because he's been out a while. So there we go. Nice grass carp.
Well done, Wayne. Right. Okay. Wednesday evening, about 11 o'clock. Utopia. £41, 12 ounces. Second take of the night. Dropped I think a suspected grass carp earlier on. Dropped off near the net. But we've got this one here again. So yeah, over a heavy baited spotted area again. Lovely fish, proper lump. Banging centre, babe, am I? Am I right?
Yeah,
Looks
absolutely.
good.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right, here we go. Fish number 13 from Utopia. Caught about 5:30 this morning. Had a 41.12 obviously yesterday evening. A grass carp around 19 pounds. About 2 o'clock last night, which I released. Dropped another fish, which I think was a grass carp as well, very close to the net, and also had a drop take as well. So I've had 5 takes in the last sort of 12 hours, so very productive, looking really good out there. Actually got all 4 rods back out there, so been very mild at the minute, bit overcast, so looking good for another one. This is an absolute beaut. Obviously a bit more of a fresher stocking, I'd say £35, full linear. Don't get many of those in France, so chuffed to bits at that. So we'll pop this beauty straight back now. Just see how I am in there on the screen.
Fuck! Got me picked.
There we go. What we got Thursday, about 6 o'clock.
Yep.
Just out of the blue. Rods have been out there since last had fish on them last night. And just thinking about starting to maybe redo the baits. I baited up at about sort of 1 o'clock this afternoon with another sort of 2/3 of a gallon of particle and boilie, hoping that something would build up the confidence and come on it, and it has, in the shape of this 33 pounder. Another real pretty fresh fish. Doesn't look like it's been in here very long or hasn't been caught very often, but yeah, this is the quality of the fresher fish in here. Very, very nice, very pretty. There we go. Lovely. We'll put this one back now. Thank you very much. There we go.
Perfect.
Okay, as you just saw, put that lovely pretty 33 pound mirror. Probably about 7 in the evening now, and as I probably said before, put a nice little bit of bait out about 2 o'clock this afternoon, probably about 2/3 of a gallon of particle and boilie. Quite a lot of boilie in there, so probably in excess of 200 boilies went out in that particle when I was spotting, and obviously taken about 5 hours for that fish to find my bait, which was a little bit of a bonus fish really. So we've just put that last one back out. It was caught on one of my little pre-soaked hook baits. Nice bit of pineapple supreme goo. I can't remember, it's some sort of fruity one, that a fruity pop-up that I originally flavoured it with. And just on this occasion it was a Blake's Baits Peach and Scope X. This one I've just bought in after it's been out on a 3.5 foot zig in 5.5 foot of water all afternoon, but it probably wasn't worth doing really. The water's so murky, you know, there's only about 6 inches visibility at most, even with a nice black bug on the end. So just bought that in, just rebaiting that, just put on a new rig now. So that's it was a yellow one, yellow homemade pop-up that's been soaked in spicy squid. Blake's Baits Peach and Scope X on the bottom. Don't think it makes any difference. Just they're crapping out plenty of the krill. Just a visibility thing. 7.5 inches of corda semi-stiff. Got my tail rubber there. My little centre weight there. So I was telling you about. I think it just helps centre the hook down. And then strip back about 1.5 inches from the hook. Liner. Really, these corda curves, size 4s, are really nailing them, good and proper in the bottom lip. A really nice, safe hook hold. It's not tearing, you know, it's right bang in the middle of the bottom lip, exactly how you want it every single time. So yeah, that's the system. Bait boating it all out, obviously. And you know, it's working. Nice bonus fish there. So, you know, and it's only really not even proper feeding time yet. So I'm going to get this one out in the bait boat. Just going to put in probably about about 3 pints of spod and boilie in the bait boat and send that out there over the baited spot. And then probably put out a little bit more particle, maybe another ½ gallon. Not going to go crazy tonight. A little bit more little and often. And just see if that picks up a quicker bite, just to refresh the spot. You know, if I've had that one fish, so you know, you can only imagine there's a fair amount of the spod gone. There was probably other fish out there. So there we go. And as we speak now, it's just starting to rain. Another light shower. I've had a nice mild day today. I think we're expecting more rain for tomorrow, so pressure's low. No reason why we shouldn't get a few more fish tonight. There's Claire chilling in the bivvy reading her book. So we'll leave it at that and report back with another biggie later, hopefully. Right, so here we go. Third fish of the day. Just had dropped the last 2 fish. 2 heavy fish, same rod. Just hook pulled halfway in, but couldn't explain it. So a bit of a consolation prize for this one now, £32, pretty much on the nose. So as I speak to you now, it's starting to rain. Time to get this one back and get the rig back out one more time. See if we can get a few more. I think this is fish number 15. It's Thursday evening, probably around 11:30 at night. Okay, cheerio for now. Good morning. It's now Friday morning, about 10 o'clock. Bit of a frustrating night. Had a £33 carp last night. I can't remember what time, maybe around 10 o'clock in the evening, which I showed you anyway. Put that rod back out. Basically I lost 3 more fish. I think I lost 1 before that carp, that 33, and then 2 more on the bounce after it, or was it 2? Yeah, two on the bounce before the carp, and then I lost another one after the 33. And then to finalise it off, just a 4 pound bream, first bream of the week. So yeah, bit frustrating. Didn't bother putting the rods back out. I think the last take was about 2 o'clock in the morning, something like that. No real reason for it, for the losses. I lost 2 on the same rod, and then I lost 1 on another rod. All fishing exactly the same sort of rigs now. I've gone over to using these size 4 quarter curves, which I think are really, really good, deadly sharp, fantastic hook for open water fishing. Yeah, and they've been really nailing them right on the bottom lip. I have been using the cryogens as well, but a little bit short on the cryogens, and these are hooking so well, and I thought, well, I've got to lean to one or the other, so I went for the curves. Nothing wrong with the cryogens though, they were exactly the same format with my centre weight in the middle of about an 8-inch rig, and they were hooking just the same. But yeah, just one of those things, my luck had run out, so to speak. But same old stuff anyway. Still using these snowmen. These ones been soaked in the old spicy squid, so they were white, but they sort of wash out after a while and go very, very off pink, quite visible, and a lot of smell, and it seemed to be readily picking them up. So here we are on our last, well, on our last day, 1 night to go. So just decided to get out in the rain and get all the rigs out ready for the day, and probably put another 15 spods of this horrible stuff out, which seem to be doing a trick. Smells lovely though, doesn't look very nice. So yeah, that's it really. So on that note, I'm going to get this last rig back out now, and then followed by about 15 spods, and then have another cup of tea, and then hopefully get back to you guys a bit later on with another carp. Good morning. Saturday morning, about 9:30, Utopia, just packing up. Rod's last thing to be taken out as usual. Bit of an odd night last night, sat and waited all day long in what I thought was really, really good conditions. Nice and overcast, heavy rain, well, medium rain at times, and then, you know, stopping and to sort of bright, well, not bright, sort of just dry, but dull, overcast conditions. Looked perfect for a bite. Just sat there waiting for it to go all day long. Put some bait out yesterday morning, a little bit earlier than normal, about 9:30. Really expecting another run over it all day long. You know, refreshed all the rods as well. Didn't happen. Rebaited the rods sort of around 6:30 last night, and put another gallon or so of spod out, about another 15-20 spoms, and really, you know, it looked fantastic for it. Although it did, the night was sort of like this, very clear, got a little bit cold, possibly a bit more high pressure, and maybe put them off a little bit. So first take last night was, I don't know, probably about 10:30, and unfortunately kited around into these trees here, which really need taking out, and lost another one. So very frustrating after waiting for sort of nearly 24 hours for a take, really, quietest period in all the time we've been here. And then literally within about 45 minutes, another take to the next rod along, and that resulted into, as you probably saw on the video, a nice 38 pound mirror carp. Well, I say nice, a bit of an old bruiser, not much of a tail on it or anything. So so that proved to be it. Very good night's sleep, and yeah, just packing up now to what's been a reasonably successful session. So yeah, Wayne, my friend who fished most of the week opposite, he only ended up with 1 grass carp, biggest grass carp of the week though, mine at 36.4. Eric and his mate Mike were fishing over the opposite side, they'd been here a week and a half. They'd been here half a week before us. You know, you wouldn't call them intense fishermen like me or anything like that. They're here for an holiday, so difficult really to sort of gauge their results really. But they were fishing all the time with the bait boats. You know, the baits weren't out the water. I was surprised with Eric only having one himself really. You know, he's been coming here 10 years. All courtesy of Eric. This is his week here where he gets a lake to himself, and you know, obviously he kindly invited me and Wayne to come along. Shame he didn't get into a few more fish, but I don't think he's too bothered. And Mike, I think he ended the week probably maybe at double figures. He might have had 10 fish. And I know the first week he was in for us, he had 2 good 40s and a 50, which I think is the only 50 that, well, it is the only 50 that's come out for the week. My first fish that I caught ended up being my best fish at 47 pounds. But yeah, caught some other lovely cracking fish as well, as you've already seen, including those lovely grass carp as well, and that beautiful linear mirror. That was a cracker. That made the trip. So on that note, I think it's time to wind it down for this little carping adventure, and finish off the rest of the packing up and get the rods in shortly. Unless, obviously, of course, I'll catch another one before we go, and then I'll see you again. So on that note, cheerio.